Hello violinists, welcome to Pram Strings. I'm Henriette and today is day 12 of the Virtual Violin Practice Playalong. I'm so glad to see you here, so thank you very much for coming. Today we're going to build on what we have done before. We're going to do some exercises that you already know, but we're strengthening your muscles all the time. And then we're going to do some left hand exercises, some bowing exercises. And then we're going to explore the A major scale again today. And today we're going to improvise a little bit in the key of A major. So that is what's new today. Let's get you going and let's get started. We're going to start by tuning your strings. So here is your A. And E. Here's your D string. And G. And now when we're going to tune in double stops, I want you to listen, really listen to how those two strings merge together. So A and E first. A and D. G and D. And in this lesson today we're going to start without your violin or your bow. So let's put them both down. And we're going to start with our shoulder exercise. And I want you to lift your shoulders up to your ears and now drop them down again. Lift them up again and drop them down. And I gradually want you to become more aware of where your shoulders are. Up and down. Keep breathing while you do that. Okay, let's step forward with your left foot again. So we've got a proper stance going as well. Now let's lift your shoulders up and down, up and down. And now let's lift your arms up but bend your elbows. And now I want you to lift your shoulders up and drop your shoulders down. Lift your shoulders up, drop your shoulders down, and at the same time get your nice relaxed stance going, so you gently rock forwards and backwards on your feet. Up and down. And now I'd like you just to raise your elbows up and down, and I want you to make sure that your shoulders do not come up together with your elbows, you see. So I can use my shoulders independently from my elbows. So leave your shoulders down, just lift up your elbows for me. And now we're going to see if we can feel those shoulder blades again. Do those shoulder blades move out and back when you do that? Can you perhaps feel your back? You may remember we did this a couple of lessons ago and maybe you didn't feel a thing then. Maybe today is the day that you feel a little bit more. So imagine your shoulder blades going sideways and back when you lift your elbows up. So remember to keep those shoulders down. That's very good violin practice, believe me. It's a weird exercise, but it's ever so effective. So if today you're still not feeling it, that's perfectly fine. You've made a start towards your progression, but maybe it'll come another day. That's absolutely fine. So well done for putting your trust in me and following me there. So now let's pick up your violin and your bow again. And we're going to be thinking about those long arches in our bowing again. We've done this a couple of times before, and now I want you to think that you are going to go and let your bow down into the string, and then you relax it at the point, and then you relax it at the heel as well. So you're really letting the weight of all your arm come into the string. So we're going to start on the G string. Just open strings 4 times every string from G to E, and then back from E to G, and I want you to continually drop your shoulder down, and let's see if you can get more weight into the string on each new bow stroke. Here we go, and long. Awesome, very clever playing. And you might ask, why are we still playing? We're 12 days in, why are we still playing open strings? And my answer to that question is, first of all, it's a very good question, because if we could take shortcuts, I would be the first one to do that. But actually, playing the violin, you can't actually take shortcuts, and you really need to develop that bowing technique. And it's much easier to develop it much more quickly when you don't have to worry about playing left-hand fingers at the same time. So that's why we're staying on the open strings for quite a while still, I can tell you, because it's just so much more efficient to really focus on your bowing technique that way. So you develop the bowing techniques much more quickly than you would otherwise have done. So let's now put your bow down and let's practice some more left-hand pizzicato. So we've done this exercise before. Stick your thumb in the corner here so you can feel that this is made in especially round here, so that your thumb fits snugly into that corner. And now I want you to bring your elbow underneath the violin with your fingers up and over, and we're going to pluck the G string 4 times with your pinky, and then the D string 4 times with your ring finger, the A string with your middle finger, and the E string with your index finger. Off we go. And 1, and you may already notice a difference now, because we have done that finger tapping exercise and the polishing exercises in previous days, and I'm hoping that when you do this plucking, you notice that your fingers are stronger, and when your fingers are stronger, it's easier to keep them round like that. So let me play this to you with this angle. We're doing it again, and I want you to see if you can make your fingers really nice and round. So this is what I mean, the sort of arch that you want to aim for. Now here we go, and 1, and really deliberately make it round. 2, oops, 3, 4. Do the same thing with your ring finger, so make it a really nice arch here when you pull it, although you mustn't pull it too hard, but you can still get that shape, can't you? 1, 2, bring your finger back into that shape all the time, good. Same with your middle finger, aim for that really nice arched middle finger. If this is you, your finger gets much flatter and you really can't pluck it very well, so what you can do to remedy it is to bring your elbow under the violin more. Here we go, on the A string, middle finger, and there we go. Index finger also, nice and round. Careful that you don't pull your string out of tune again. Give it an extra one here. Wow, very, very good. For our bow exercise today, we have done lots of this bending and stretching, haven't we? So let's put your bow down in the middle of the string, and I want you to squeeze it and release it. Squeeze, pull your elbow down, really sink into the string there. And again, squeeze it into the string. Squeeze your bow so your fingers get rounder. That's it. That's such a super exercise. And can you feel the spring in your bow? That's it. And this springiness that you feel now is the reason why after you're playing you want to loosen your bow with the screw right here. And before you start playing, you tighten it again. And it is to preserve this spring in your bow, which would otherwise get out of your bow. Your bow is made and it's arched in a certain way so that you get this springiness, you see. So we want to keep it. Therefore, you need to loosen your bow hair when you're not playing. Now, today we're exploring for our scale, the A major scale and arpeggio. So if you are a beginner violinist or you're not very confident playing this A major scale, that's absolutely fine. Come along with me, I'll take you through this. However, if you're already much further advanced, can you please play your own version of an A scale? There can be A major or A minor, and if you play a minor scale, you might play either a harmonic minor or a melodic minor one. And if you've already done that, you might play an A major scale in octaves. Use your imagination and play your version of the A major scale, and then in a minute the arpeggio as well. If you want to come with me, then we're playing every note twice with long bows on A major, beginning on the A string. So we're playing A 1, 2, 3, then E 1, 2, 3, and a fourth finger at the top before we go down. Twice every note of the scale with long bows. And lovely, and let's play the A major arpeggio now. Well done. So I think once you have done so much work on the D major scale, the A major scale and arpeggio are a little bit easier today. And that's a good thing because we're going today to start improvising in the key of A major. So in our improvisations we're going to use all the notes of the A scale and all the notes of the A arpeggio. So today we're going to do our copycat improvisation again. So I'm playing you something. Can you play it after me? Remember to find out whether I'm playing scale passages or arpeggio patterns. A, 1, 2, 2, 3. E, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, E. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, E, A. I'm hoping you got that all right. Shall we have another go? E, E2, A, E, E, E. 2, 3, E, 1, E, 3, 2. A, 1, 2, 3, A, 1, 2. 3, 3, E, E, A, A, A. So I think in this last section it was much clearer where the scale passages were and which sections were arpeggios. Once you start to recognize those, it makes your improvisation much easier, doesn't it? So let's practice one more sequence here, shall we? A, 1, 2, 1, A, E, E. 1, E, 1, E, 3, 2, 1. A, 1, 2, 3, E, 1, 2. 3, 3, E, E, A, A, A. Awesome! Awesome if you got all of that. And I think you are beginning to feel much more comfortable now with your improvisations, which is a lovely thing. So congratulations on your progress again today. That was really well done. So you're super warmed up now. Why don't you now get your normal violin pieces out and play them in the order that your teacher has set you, the pieces and the scales and whatever you're playing. So good luck with your practice. I very much look forward to seeing you in day 13. Goodbye.